Hello everyone, today we are looking at a different way to build your siege deck, this time with Foltest. Before we move to this deck discussion section, I'd like to thank everyone who supported and commented on the videos recently. The channel is growing, so much appreciated guys, more stuff is coming. I uploaded a siege deck a couple of days ago. The deck built by Iluha with Dandelion. This time around there is no Dandelion, but King Foltest is in the deck. So you try to abuse Foltest and Dun banners in round 1, giving yourself a mighty 5 per turn. 5-point per turn engine. So King Foltest is a card that got reintroduced in Gwent a couple of months ago. It spawns a base copy of a bronze unit at the bottom of your deck, while the bronze unit is getting boosted during your turn. And as we're playing Devotion, it also boosts the spawn copy by 1. While being an engine and boosting the unit to the right every single turn. So basically, you have King Foltest, you play Dun banner next to it, the card starts to get buffs, and every turn when the Dun banner is buffed, the created copy in deck jumps out onto the board. So you get a 4 strength Dun banner out of your deck. Plus, Foltest will buff a unit to the right of him, so that initial first Dun banner you played by 1 each turn. That's crazy value, and not every deck can catch up with it easily. So if you see that your point lead is like sizable, and opponent might struggle taking it in 2 cards, you might consider passing and forcing them to go multiple cards down. As a siege, you would love to say to have first say on the round where you're playing siege. So you're either guaranteeing yourself a long round 3 or allowing yourself a push in round 2 if you fancy that instead. And the reason why you have a great ability to push is this card right here, Reinforced Ballista, getting an ability to damage a unit once per turn, at least 1 per turn, refreshing every turn. It's crazy removal value. You can combine that with something like boiling oil. So you use your order, that's 1 damage, you get 5 damage for boiling oil, and your ballista is refreshing because of the resupply. And imagine if you have a couple of those on the battlefield, you have quite a few warfare cards as Amphibious Assault, Bombardment, Boiling Oil, and a single winch. So that you can reproc ballistas multiple times. Besides it's refreshing itself throughout the game. As far as other new cards go, the cards from the expansion, we are playing Gerhard of IL, a gold card that creates a spell, and at 4 provisions your options are packed and teleportation. You might not want to risk floating Gerhard for a turn or 2 for getting more expensive spells, but even at 4 provisions you get a choice of pact and teleportation. So with pact, card plays as 13 for 11, pretty good in a short round 3. And sometimes there are situations where teleportation and replaying locked damage ballista is quite decent for you, so you might reconsider that, especially if you lack that second machine to proc your siege scenario. You need to count Hubert order count, because the counter is 10. Your leader ability counts each time you use ballista, each time you click bronze order. the Hubert counter decreases. So sometimes when your opponent passed, you still have 5 unused orders on the board, but you can take it without using them. It's smart to not exhaust everything on the board. Just get ahead by enough points to win the round, and try to use Hubert as a carryover in the next round. Then we have we need to return to Foltest. So the Foltest is creating a base copy of a bronze unit, while this first iteration of boost happening on the bronze unit in the round. So you have cards like Radovit's Royal Guard, and if you played back row with the formation, the card will boost itself before Foltest will create Dunbanner, because that happens at the end of the round. So be mindful of that, because sometimes you can lose some points and create a fairly unnecessary copy of Royal Guard at the bottom of your deck. But yeah, that's the deck, and good luck with it. Pretty well constructed deck. You have your Crystal Skull to combine with Foltest. You have ways to rebuff Foltest in double Radovit's Royal Guard. You also have Winch, so if opponent is unable to lock him and remove the card, it's most likely continuing ticking, bringing you that 5 per turn value on the blue coin. Against Nilgard, but be mindful, imprisonment damages this by 3, locks it, and replace it with coup de grace. So don't let them to steal it for free. Sometimes they might abuse your strategies again and turn your strategies against you. So that's something to pay attention to. And yeah, the deck runs Adalia, reinforcements, and 2 reinforced ballistas from hand. So have fun pinging, and let's move to the games. And the first opponent is Jackpot. Okay, so let's see how that goes. Not really familiar with matchups at the moment. We do find Foltest and Dunbanners. We find Radovit's Royal Guard, so we'll try and abuse. All decent round 1, we don't want Hubert. Can probably mulligan 1 bombardment, not really abusing that card round 1. That might be Troll. But how is he answering this? It's out of wholesome range, and then we can buff it up. We also have Winch here.
Can be filed within 7 years. Attention! Present arms!
So yeah, opponent, you let those boys go through. Let's see. I mean, I'll try the abuse route. He might answer Foltest, but if he cannot, good luck with. Yeah, that's That's some points. It's the thinning, so bringing him closer to the goal. Now the brother is on cooldown. He has no spending. And Foltest. Answer to all your problems against Syndicate. Let's go. So yeah, the first game went by pretty fast. Let's go and try to play 2 rounds. Okay. This time around it's imprisonment, and the problem with imprisonment is that they might just lock your Foltest and also coup your Foltest, abusing the mechanic for you, so be aware of that. What if we Mulligan siege this round? Always find it back. Don't see a big problem with using boiling oil here. We're going for... yeah. We'll meet him with no unit approach at the beginning. Okay, plays all his thin in round 1. Not so sure we can contest easily. So I'm not that thrilled to give Queen Adalia out. Fair enough, an actual Amnesty player. Yeah, let's try and pass. Masquerade Ball. I would assume opponent is Masquerade Ball. Cloak is not running Amnesty. In a long round is scary. He also feels our board. So we probably don't want Dunbanner Foltest going around. Okay, switching bombardment for another bombardment. I guess we didn't like the initial supplier. A removing engine is pretty cute, keeping it no unit. Is potentially kind of triggering for opponent. He might have only something like Bratans to play. So I doubt he played Bratans just to pass. If he did, we'd be extremely happy. Three, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not enough. But it's time to...
My great-granddaughter will do great things.
It's time to use Adalia meetings. The question is, do we want to use the Royal Guard on this ballista? I think not. If he plays Joust, yeah, unlucky for us. So without buffing spice is all right for us, but I think we'll just wait. Experimental? No. We're not running Kunkudak here, so no saving for Troll, sadly. That's an 11-point reset. Kinda not obvious what to commit to at the moment. Let's set up one more ballista. We have 2 siege engines, but most likely opponent wants the Masquerade Ball out. Not Masquerade Ball, but siege out. We have AA. We have an ability to use leader. Yeah, placement couldn't be solved. So what are your points? Usurper is left, Masquerade Ball is left, Roderick, Joachim as well. Yeah, but the coup is in the graveyard, so it's not that devastating. We have a soldier pocket now. Do we have enough machines in the deck? We only have siege ladder now for the siege proc. That's kinda not ideal. I also don't want to give him Gerhard.
wants a head, I'll give him yours.
Not sure why did I block front row. Have 2 leader charges. Might have been out of reach. I doubt we'll get to use reinforced ballista all that often, but we have reinforcements. So I'd say that Foltest Pride needs to go. For the counter is 3 with double leader and most likely getting something else to use order on to thin Hubert out. Kinda unexpected they kept him till round 3. Not an obvious situation. Okay, we got siege, we got double machine. And we got Gerhardt. So no Foltest for us.
A taste of miracle, is it?
Take reinforcements. Wood ballista. Wait, no, what do we do? Now we take reinforcements. Wood ballista back into the deck. Now we AA for that.
Another ground requires rejuvenation. A rebirth.
We have 3 machines to pick from. He has imprisonment to lock one of those.
The Von Wallerham's detest intruders.
Okay, so he goes the poison way, which makes me kinda happy. As we can get this one off once again. Unlucky on this account of not killing Toasted Abe, as it buffs itself from Masquerade Ball proc.
The Von Wallerhams have particular tastes. You're to clean up ahead of class.
This doesn't get crew on the back row. Yeah, not even close.